Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. Sunday is normally my rest day, but hey, why am I in the car? Why am I sitting outside Crunch? So, funny story. It is 12 degrees outside. 12. Just 12. That's it. Really cold for Atlanta. Really cold. And I usually work out anytime on Saturdays, just because my body clock wakes up pretty early, get it done, because Crunch is open until 7 on the weekends. So the heater is broken at Workout Anytime right now. They're fixing it as fast as they can, but obviously with the cold temperatures, it was frigid. I don't even know what it was yesterday at the gym, but I could not do my upper body workout because my hands hurt. Like, it was so cold, my hands hurt. And so I just did my glutes yesterday, split my glute day and my shoulder day into two. So that's why we are here on a Sunday morning. And I actually slept, y'all. Like, I normally wake up at like 3:45 or like 3:45, 4 o'clock on my lifting days. And so my body clock is like, okay, let's go. Let's freaking go. Well, I did wake up at like 5, I think. No, 4:30. That's what it was. 4:30. And I was like, I can do this. I can go back to sleep until like 5:45. And I did. Extra rest for the win. Like, you can tell, like, got a lot of sleep last night. We're ready to freaking go. Plus I'm drinking my Core Fury. Always my Core Fury. So yes, today is Sunday. We are at the gym and I'm going to show you guys some of my upper body training. Here's a hint. It hasn't changed. But it's still fun to kind of move through it and show you guys. If you guys are new here, thank you so much for coming to my channel. And so yeah, I'm going to share that with you. Today is going to be kind of an improvement season update video, as far as like giving you guys an update on my physique, where we're sitting, how we're looking, all those kinds of things, diving into like the physical side, but also diving into mostly on the mental side of things. Improvement season, like I've said before with contest prep, they're both grinds. They're both hard and challenging and beautiful in their own unique ways. And so I want to dive into that more so today on the mental side of things for improvement season, because a lot of my clients are either making the decision to go into a contest prep or take a longer improvement season, which can be very difficult mentally. You know, we're not going to shows. We're not, having, this immediate goal in front of us. The term like delayed gratification is a great term that I use a lot with my clients as far as like what makes a successful bikini competitor, or just competitor overall. It doesn't have to be bikini. So you have to play the long game. You have to, learn how to put in the work every single day and not necessarily see the results tomorrow, but I think that, we live in this immediate, impatient society, and that's not a bad thing, but I think this is a good teacher for us. It's why one of my words this year is patience. It's why it was one of my words last year, because it's very, very important for bodybuilders, especially, to have that patience and that dedication to the results that they want to see, that they're not going to see for a very long time. So, and that's the best part. That's the most challenging part mentally, I feel like. Physically, putting our bodies through hell, obviously, in the gym, but taking care of them and the recovery aspect as well. So yeah, I'm going to dive into some of those topics later on. But it is chilly and I'm going to sit out here, stay warm in my car until that gym opens in like 8 minutes or so. And we're going to have some fun on upper body day, and I'll show you guys what we've got on deck. First exercise, overhead press. Got the 50s up today. Not an everyday occurrence for me, but I love strength day for upper body, and this is my favorite shoulder movement. I credit a ton of my shoulder growth to me challenging myself in this compound movement. Every set, every rep. You'll notice it's not pretty. It's not pretty at all, but we got it done, and I had a great time during this set. Next exercise, second favorite, lateral raises. Again, roundness to the delts is what we're going for, especially in a bikini, nothing capped. But I love lateral raises because you can go pretty heavy on these and really feel that mind-muscle connection going. You'll notice making the face, but when it gets super hard and form deteriorates, I add in some pulses at the end to make sure I'm not using my traps to move the weight. Very helpful in this exercise. Last shoulder movement is going to be rear delts. I like the machine for this one, and you can also do tricep rope as well for this, but I like it because I really can control the weight, especially the eccentric. I really feel my rear delts a ton on the eccentric, and you'll notice that I'm going pretty heavy on this one, controlling it, not just swinging it out. And I'm also decreasing the weight about halfway through the set because I can do 50 pounds, but I need to finish the set with 40 to, again, avoid using other muscle groups besides my rear delts primarily in this movement. And so I love this movement a ton. It really gives that nice shape, especially in your back pose when you're posing. And again, we're going close to that failure mark here to really, really help the muscles grow. Next up, back. I love this attachment, the mag bar for my lat pull downs. I can really feel it in those wings, the lower lats, and I really feel like the lat width is really firing a ton on this exercise. And I'm not pulling all the way down to my chest, but I do have a slight rounding in my upper back to, again, really engage the muscles that I'm supposed to be engaging. Pull with your pinkies and your elbows, not with your hands. Last exercise of the day, seated cable rows. Going more for the thickness of the back muscles in this exercise. Not a lot of leg movement, as you can kind of tell. It's more about that upper body movement, and it's also not even moving that much either. I'm pulling the cable attachment into my belly button, and I'm keeping a relatively neutral spine the entire time, allowing my lats to do the bulk of the movement. Driving the elbows back, but also almost like backing down into my hips. This helps really engage everything, and again, using the correct muscles for this exercise. Hello everybody. So it is Tuesday and I'm sick. I hate saying it. It's awful. I don't like being sick. I'm not a person that likes to sit in bed or lay in bed or be pitiful when I'm sick. Got shit to do. But we're sick. So I have a fever and sore throat and some nasal congestion going on as well. And so obviously skipped the gym today, staying away out of the gym. Like it was supposed to be a training day for me today, but woke up this morning, even last night I started feeling like shit. I was just like, no, it's not happening, because again, number one, you don't want to get other people sick. That's the number one thing. And number two, it's not going to be a great workout. It really isn't. As far as just like your ability to push, your ability to actually train how you want to train. You're going to walk out of there way more frustrated than when you walked in. And so, yeah, skip the gym. So the whatever winter bug is out there, it got me for sure. And so now doing the adult responsible thing and taking this little one to daycare. Yeah, she loves that word. And yeah, so we're gonna have some fun at daycare today while I run a couple of errands that I need to actually do, just push myself a little bit. But then I promised my husband I would try to go home and like relax a little bit. Clients, obviously I'm gonna get back to them, but it's gonna be a pretty low-key day today. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like shit. Taking all the things, doing all the homeopathic supplements, extra vitamin C, airborne zinc, water, coffee, tea. I've got a throat coat tea with me to drink as well, because like the one thing that you need to do when you are sick is stay hydrated. Like, and I know, especially me with my sore throat, I don't want to drink anything, like it hurts. But we're gonna push through. Mind over matter. It's not going to be that bad. We're going to be fine. And I'm hoping that since I do have a fever, maybe this won't last as long as like my other, colds or like viruses or anything like that. So here's to hoping that I get better. I apologize for the interruption in the video and everything like that, but I'm still planning on giving you guys an improvement season update with some physique photos, where we're at, what we're thinking, what we're working on, things like that too, especially mindset wise, because like I said, the improvement season can be a very tough time mindset wise, but I look at it honestly as an opportunity to challenge yourself in all aspects, especially your mindset, and really lean into that any kind of discomfort that you're feeling. So just to say, everyone gets sick, we all do it. Stay out of the gym. And I had some Panera chicken soup last night. That broth tasted so good, and focus on that protein. Whatever sounds good to you when you're sick, eat it, drink it, stay hydrated. Electrolytes, I'm doing a lot of electrolytes right now as well to stay hydrated as much as I can. Like I mentioned, teas. And then, carbs and fats are going to fall where they fall. If you focus on anything, focus on protein. Your body needs to heal. But then also, like, I may not train until Saturday, just because if I don't kick this fever until tomorrow or the day after, I got to give myself like at least 1 to 2 days worth of like solid fuel to get back in the gym. And even then, I'm probably going to take a mini deload, because it's like I'm not going to feel fully fueled, as far as like my body's not going to bounce back as quickly. Obviously, we're getting older, so it takes us a little bit longer to bounce back than what we want to. So I'm going to stop talking. We're okay. We're fine. And drop her off at daycare. And then, so we got this. Good morning again. So update on how we're all doing. That was a rough, 24-ish hours. That was rough. So broke my fever, had a full good day of fuel yesterday, and my throat is so much better. My glands are not swollen anymore. I'm still taking, of course, all my vitamins, my airborne, my zinc, my Motrin, things like that, just to continue, even though I am feeling better. I want to make sure that I completely, utterly kick this. But since I am feeling 95% better, we are back at the gym this morning, and I am going to be taking it easy today. Normally today is hypertrophy for glutes, so I'm going to be actually switching that day with a pump day that I usually do on the weekends. And I'm going to be taking a set off of every single exercise. So I'm only going to be doing 1 warm-up set and 2 working sets, and I am going to be doing lighter weight. I found that this technique works really, really well when getting back into the gym after being sick. Your body is, a little bit tired, a little bit depleted from fighting off the infection. And of course, it's been, for me, it was only a couple of days, but for some people, the longer you're away from the gym, the longer time it may take for you to get back into the swing of things and get back to full capacity of pushing the weights and things like that, and full intensity in your training. And so I'm going to take this one lighter day today just to get back into the swing of things, just to get back into, squeezing and making sure my body's feeling good and that I continue to feel good today and that I don't feel worse. Obviously, if I do feel worse later on today, I will take off tomorrow and continue to rest and recover and recuperate. But I wanted to give it a go today. As I've said before, I'm very bad at being sick. I did rest, I did recover, I answered all my clients, I made sure to take some extra time, drank some good tea. I got this throat comfort tea that I drank. I got some Panera chicken soup. And so, things like that actually felt good on my throat, the broths, things like that made me feel good during that, time frame when I wasn't feeling my best. And now I'm ready to get back to it. And so taking a little bit extra rest, you're not going to lose muscle mass. I promise you're not going to lose muscle mass. And your body will thank you. It's going to bounce back quicker if you take that time that you need to rest and recover. And so we're out here. It's going to be a good day at Crunch. I'm really excited to get back into the gym, taking it easy today, getting a really good pump, testing everything out. And then I'm definitely still going to give you guys an improvement season update. I promise you that is coming. All right, so here is my deload, one of my 2 working sets for hip thrust. And obviously you'll notice very lightweight, but we're just moving the weight, feeling the muscles working, having that good squeeze at the top, focusing on form, and still giving my body the extra little
rest that it needs, but obviously getting some blood flow and some movement can also help as well. But again, I'm not really even going close to failure on this. You'll notice my face is not ugly at all or anything. I'm just moving the weight, excited to be back in the gym again, and just embracing this day as a day where I need to actually continue to rest my body, because I know if I do this, I'm going to be better for it in the long term and continue to feel better every single day.
What is up, guys? So we are finally at the part of the video where I get to sit down with you and give you an improvement season update now that I am feeling better, navigating the sickness. And so that was so not planned. My plan was to get this video out last week, but you know, life happens. And that's honestly part of what I wanted to talk about today in the improvement season update, is that we're living life. Life happens. You get sick. You know, it's the winter time. You can take all the vitamin C and zinc in the world, but eventually something's going to get you. So yes, some stats for you guys for where we are in improvement season. Okay, so July, August, September, October, November, December, January. 7 months, just over 7 months, 7.5 if you really want to call it that, post show. Okay, cool. I even lost track of that at some point. So I think like beyond like 4, you're just like, we're fine. So, calories right now are right around 2,100 calories a day. And again, these numbers are unique to me. So please don't just like do this. I've been doing this stuff for a long time. 2,100 calories, give or take. I have a little bit higher calories on leg days to be particularly anabolic on that day, because the goal is growing these glutes, y'all. And right now, I'll put some pictures up. Actually, these are from not last week, the week before, because I didn't check in with Paul last week because y'all had a fever. Yeah. So these are my most recent progress photos. I'm still right around the same weight, give or take a pound. Right now, we're around 13 to 14 pounds above stage weight. So that is like 117, 118, random ass 119 whenever, my cycle hits, or ovulation, or, salty meal out. And like, that's supposed to happen. Your weight is supposed to fluctuate every single day. So especially if you have a salty meal, have a meal out, have a heavy training day, it's supposed to fluctuate. It's one of the things that I like having my clients work on during improvement season, is that relationship with the scale. It's a number. It's an arbitrary number. So speaking of that, I want to show you guys a comparison. I'm going to put it on the screen. This is my cue to put it there. And show you guys. This is me during my last contest prep. Same weight I am now. Scale weight's the same, 118, both photos. What's the difference here? Well, glutes, y'all. Glutes. Look at the glutes. Like, they're actually popping. Yes, my posing is slightly tweaked. It's a little better in now versus then. But damn, I can see some more glute density, some glute shape. And I think I honestly look a little bit leaner at this body composition where I am now than I did at this point in contest prep. That's a win. This is why we take progress photos, guys. This is the importance of doing that and not just tying yourself to an arbitrary number or being like, oh, I'm X pounds. Again, people ask me how far I am. That's why I know. But it's just like day to day, it's a number. It's a scale weight. It's a number. I like going off photos. I like going off measurements. My glutes are growing. We're almost back to where I was at 125 pounds, 4 pounds before I started my contest prep. I'm only like a quarter of an inch away from that. And I look better. I'm leaner. I'm stronger. I'm denser. And I've got a whole year in front of me to build even more on top of that, which, man, it gets me excited. We have date nights. We have social days, social untracked yet mindful meals. I'm not just going to be going out and eating like a trash panda or an asshole. No, I go out and I enjoy myself. I'll put a picture up of a recent Korean barbecue date night that Dan and I had, because it's like, we love fucking protein. So we went out and got a shit ton of protein, and they have fresh vegetables there and rice. And it was just a fantastic evening, because at the end of the day, you're making mindful decisions, but it's not about the food. It's about making memories. Memories, y'all. Enjoying improvement season to the fullest extent and not feeling like absolute dog trash the next day, because it's not worth it. I've been there. I've done that. And we're beyond that. We've learned from those mistakes. We've learned from that time frame and things like that. And sometimes you do have to learn from that. You have to go through waking up the next day. There were nights where I went out and had like Chinese food at 2 a.m. Woke up the next day. I was like, I feel like crap. Absolutely. I don't want to feel this way again. So Make mindful decisions, enjoy yourself, pick and choose a few fun things to indulge in. You know me, love my bread, love my dessert, my chocolate stuff, like all those kinds of things we choose to indulge in when it makes sense for us. And not just because it's improvement season, because we want to make some fun memories. That's what it's about. Cardio right now is 4 days at 20 minutes incline walking. My steps are right around 10 to 12,000 steps a day. You're probably like, only doing 20 minutes of cardio. Where are all those steps coming from? I have an active puppy. You guys have seen her. We go a mile in the morning to make her poop, and a mile in the afternoon to make her poop, because she's a Shiba. Shibas do not, they like to pee and poop as far away from the house as possible. So that means we're walking. So I've gotten her down. It used to be a mile and a half. And that was, excuse me, that was a lot of steps to be taking per day in improvement season. And so walked her back a little bit. So 10 to 12,000 steps is awesome. It's great for heart health. It's great for long-term cardiovascular health. We want some movement in improvement season, but we don't want to be so adapted to movement into cardio that we have that tool in the toolbox to pull out during contest prep. Training, lights out right now. Seriously. You saw my upper body day. It is, I'm maintaining my upper body right now. I might be putting on a little bit of tissue, but it's not my huge focus right now. As you guys know, glutes. That's what I need. And so measurements and photos and the scale weight, all those kinds of things are trending in the right direction for us. And I have my PR goals. You guys know I want that 4 plates on my hip thrust. I'm getting closer, getting better. I probably could do it if I really wanted to, but it wouldn't be the best form. Just because you can push the weight doesn't mean you're ready to push the weight. You got to push with good form and good intensity and good connection of the muscles, so that way you don't injure yourself by going too heavy too quickly. I'm all about going heavy. But as I was telling a client on a consult earlier today, heavy is relative to who you are and where you are in your training. That intensity needs to be there. It's ugly. It's not fun to go there, but it's fun afterwards because you're like, I freaking did this, man. So the biggest portion of this update is about mindset, because I feel like, yes, training, we're always going to be training, we're always going to be eating our foods and things like that, but we really take the opportunity to work on a lot on our mindset during improvement season. And I've been doing some of that stuff as well. You guys saw my video with my words of the year, patience, presence, and joy. Those are 3 really huge words for me as far as like my mindset is concerned. Really taking each day and being grateful, fully enjoying this season, not being food focused. I'm not counting the minutes to my next meal. Every single meal that I eat right now, I thoroughly enjoy. I look forward to it. I enjoy the meal. I don't eat it too quickly. I'm not like, oh my God, I need to have my X number of rice cakes. There was a time and place when I was doing that, when I was counting. It was like, I get 4 or whatever it was. And so there's a time and a place. It's going to happen at some point during a contest prep, but the longer you're in improvement season, the less food focus you have. The way you just still continue to look at it as just fuel. It's fuel for your body. It's fueling your growth. It's goals. It's fueling your growth that you want to see. And that's very important to work on that, getting those blinders off when you have those meals and you have those foods, and working in foods that might be triggering for you as well. I challenge you guys to do that. I've worked in, cookies and brownies and chocolate, and in a balanced and controlled fashion, to where it was just like, I didn't want, 15 Oreos. I had 1 or 2. That's great. It fulfilled the craving. And that balance is what you try to achieve, and balance is not possible in my opinion, in any sort of season, because nothing is going to be perfect. I feel like balance indicates perfection, because everything is just perfectly balanced. It's all floating out here. We're all wonderful. No, we live in the messy middle. It's like, we're either here, we're somewhere in here. Is it some days, like you said, like you saw, like you get sick. So some days training is shit. You don't go training, you take extra rest days and you fuel your body with chicken soup. Like, did a lot of that. Or some days you're like, I'm feeling fucking awesome, hitting some PRs, the fuel is going everywhere and it's great. And this middle portion, one day is not perfect, 1 week is not perfect, no prep is perfect. As I've said, no improvement season is perfect. We're searching for that messy middle and what it looks like for us. So I am having my fun foods, my nutrient dense foods, all those kinds of things. I don't have the itch yet to compete. Don't have it yet. I would say it's not a hell no like it was probably 3 months ago. but it's more like it's the inkling of like, just getting excited about revealing my hard work. That inkling is there. That inkling is like, it's not coming from a place of, oh, I'm uncomfortable with my body, and I'll get to that. It's coming from a place of I'm excited to show off because I'm feeling new muscles, new fibers, new things activating, new connections forming in my glutes. And I'm like, I'm excited to see what happens and what they actually look like once we go through a contest prep next year. Do I want to start tomorrow? No. Like, it's not a hell no. It's a, no, I'm good. I'm good for a little while longer, but I'm getting excited. And again, that, like I've said it before, your why has to come from a place of excitement and positivity and embracing that kind of thing. Because, we are embracing discomfort in improvement season. But big caveat here. When you're done competing, this body is more than likely what you're going to be sustaining and maintaining for the rest of your life. So getting up here to enjoy and love and embrace and be grateful for this and what it can do for you is a fantastic thing to work on in improvement season, because shredded is not forever. It's not. It really isn't. And it's not a thing that we need to be tied to. It is hard being a competitor to have that, to see ourselves that lean and to get it out of our brains, but also seeing ourselves that lean and being like, how did I feel when I was that lean? Didn't feel great. Sure as shit didn't feel great. But this feels great. I feel fueled. I feel focused. I'm training hard. I'm lifting heavy. I'm recovering well. I'm embracing, flexibility. We have some travel plans this year. I can go out to dinner and just make some, solid choices that I enjoy. Like, this is what life is going to be like beyond competing. And so thinking about that kind of stuff now, because yes, I am turning 37 this year. Y'all don't believe me when I say I'm 36 years old. And I'm turning 37, and so I don't have a lot of competing years left in me. I know that there's these people, these masters that are amazing people that are competing 50 plus. And I'm just like, that may not be me. I don't know what the future holds in the next 5, 10, 15. I don't even want to think about that. I'm thinking about right now, I have plans, obviously. I have ideas. But it's like, I want to embrace this body that I have right now, enjoy it, be grateful for it, and just make it the best that I possibly can in this season, because this is going to be what I am when I'm done competing. So, and we're not dieting till prep starts. That's a note I have over here. I'm not doing a mini cut or anything like that. I'm just fully riding this improvement season until whenever Paul says prep needs to start for us to compete in 2025. I'd prefer that to be after Christmas, because I really want my meatballs this year. And I really want some potato casserole this year. So I'm going to see if we can push it till after Christmas. So we'll see. But if he says no, then I'm like, that's fine. So let me just make him earlier. It's mindset and discomfort is a challenge in improvement season, as far as embracing any sort of discomfort that you might be feeling, because we all feel it. There are some days where I wake up and I'm a little bit less comfortable than others. I'm not going to wake up every single day and be like, I'm so happy. No, it's not a reality, people. It's not. You have days where you feel awesome, like over here, and you have days where you're over here and you're like, I feel like shit. I don't like it. I feel bloated and uncomfortable, and I feel, I hate the term thick or fluffy or anything like that. I just feel a little bit bigger than I really want to be. And that's okay, to feel that way. I don't want you to discount those kinds of feelings. I want you to embrace that and being like, okay, what can I do to feel better? It's not dieting. It's not the answer. Is it looking in the mirror and finding a positive thing about myself? Because one of the things that has really helped and really done really well in my previous season, I didn't talk about this enough in contest prep, my hair has come back. My hair is thicker now. Like in the back, I was losing a decent chunk of it. And that is definitely due to hormones and dieting and contest prep. And so I wasn't like balding or anything like that, but there definitely was some thinning. Like, I'm not gonna lie, there was some thinning, and that was a self-confident thing for me, that I was not confident in my hair. And so it's nice to see that. Like, so I encourage you guys, if you do have those moments where you are finding yourself being uncomfortable with what you're seeing or how you're feeling, turn it on its head, reframe it, and look at something positive and be like, what do I like about myself today? You know, like I'm liking my hair, you know, I'm liking the fact that it's back and it's a lot thicker than it was before. It's still not, you know, my hair changes, like your hair changes throughout your lifetime, but like that kind of stuff. Or maybe it's like, man, I really like this new recipe that I'm making, or this new lunch that I'm making. Like I'm loving my Mexican bowls. You know, it's like stuff like that you can get excited about. It's something positive. Just trade it out for something positive. Don't shove the negative feelings away, but trade it out for something positive that helps you just become okay with the discomfort. You know, and just, it's okay. It's okay. We're gonna be okay. You know, this phase is a phase, but also like like I said, when I'm done competing, this is gonna be my permanent phase. And so, stuff like that. It's also why I have a therapist, and she's wonderful. So, I've gotten a few questions from people. One more hydration break. Gotten some questions about people about being like, oh, is this your road to pro upcoming season? I'm like, I am never using that term. I'm never using that hashtag. It's not a thing for me. It's out there. The pro card is a status, of course. It is a fantastic achievement. And yes, it is something that I want. It's something that I really do want. I'm an athlete. I'm a competitive person. You can't not do the sport and want to be at the pinnacle, at the top of the sport. You can't want to be the best. You know, that's what drives you as an athlete too, is what lights your fire as an athlete. And that's totally okay. But I'm also, you know, I'm encouraging myself not to just focus on that, because again, I can't control the judges. I can't control who shows up. I can only control my work that I put in and my effort that I put in every single day of working towards not the pro card, but bringing my best physique. Whatever that is, if that earns me a pro card on that day, and if it's my day, then it's my day. But my goal is and always will be best physique. Bring my best, beat my best. And I'll put up a picture again. Junior USAs to junior USAs. This is why we take improvement seasons, people. Like, what do you notice in there? More muscle, leaner, glutes, man. My glutes grew in that time frame. And so, you know, embracing that journey. And I've really challenged myself to work on that kind of stuff, because I do find myself getting caught up in that kind of a term of being a pro and that pro status and everything. That's all it is. It's all it is. It's a status. It's a fantastic status and a fantastic achievement. Like I said, I want it, but it's not up to me. You know, the effort, yes, is up to me, and what I bring is up to me. The physique that I bring is up to me. But it's a judge sport. It's a subjective sport, which is way different for me than swimming was when I was in college. It was like, who hit the wall first? You win, hit the wall first and you win. And so that, switching from the objective sport to the subjective sport, I was a gymnast, so I understand that. It was definitely harder, you know, because it was like, you know, better, bigger, faster, stronger, all those kinds of things got you improvements in swimming. That may not necessarily be the case. You know, I can bring my very best physique and be so incredibly proud of what I can bring and what I can do and what I show off up there next year. But it's not going to always equal this pro card. Like, it's not. So this is the win. This is the win. It always will be the win. And I'm saying it out loud to also encourage myself to continue to embrace that, because there are moments, like I said, where I get caught up in it. And I want to continue to, you know, enjoy the journey and embrace the journey, because that's all this is the journey. It's not about the destination. It's about the journey, because even this best physique still could be something that I can beat, still things that I can improve upon. And as I said it before, that's the best part of the sport. It's the best part of bodybuilding, is that there's always things, even at the top level, even at the Olympia level, there's always things to improve upon, that we can make ourselves a better physique athlete, a better competitor, or a better athlete in general, or a better lifestyle client in general. It doesn't matter. There's always things we can do to improve. So yes, that is my mindset. I am controlling what I can control. I'm giving my best effort every single day, so that when I get up there next year, whenever that is, I have zero regrets. When my heel hits that stage, I'll be like, this is what I got. And here I am. Let's show it off. Let's do the damn thing. Bring our best, show off the best, and see what happens. That's it. See what happens. no expectations, no any of this other crap that can be around. You focus on what you can control. You focus on you, what you can bring to the table. Bring it and see what happens. So with that, this is going to conclude my improvement season update. Finally, like 2 weeks, I'm trying to get this video out. Apologize, guys. I'm going to be better about this in the future. Next video, I'm thinking either a Q&A of contest prep. I got some questions already running on Tally my whiteboard here, or I'm thinking about doing a nutrition video about more about building your plate, nutrient timing, things like that. So comment below if you guys have a preference either way. Otherwise, I'll just pick. So hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. Have a great day.